Yo, what's up? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is the return of Etrian Odyssey. This is Etrian Odyssey Nexus. The song is called Tumult, the Slaughtered, requested by the Etrian Odyssey overlord himself, Lord Daddy. Well, it's been a while. This has been it's been a fun ride with Etrian Odyssey. Yuzo Koshiro, of course. And here we go. It's a little bit of a longer one, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm guessing a couple loops, but anyways, it's been a good time with Etrian Odyssey. It's a very interesting game from what I've been told. It's like a builder RPG thing. I don't know, but the music's cool. Tumult, the Slaughtered. Let's go. Big intro. Boss theme, maybe? Definitely a character theme. That's good. Bass accompaniment? Okay. There's that Yuzo bass. Dude, all my requests today have been like metal AF. Big synth chords too. Damn, dude. Sounds like I'm in an arena. Musical arena. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a banger for sure. Keyboard guitar swap solo, I love it. The guitar's on the left channel now, still kind of soloing a little bit. The guitar pretty much is all the way on the left now. Two riffs at the same time. They're complementing each other, but not playing the same thing. Oh, it's one of these like rest songs. Ooh. This might be the biggest song I've heard from Etrian Odyssey. It's huge. That was a loop. Good lord. Can't tell. That might be a 7-string guitar with a 5-string bass. The guitars are kind of mixed, really raw, so it's kind of hard to tell. So cool that he followed the bass line. Or he followed the guitar with the bass line. Normally at this point of the song, the bass would go in the background. But you can still hear it, very much so here. Damn, dude. This is like astronomical levels of huge. Right in the center channel too. Keys, guitar, and the synth and bass are in the middle. This is in the middle as well. This sounds kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. This lead is mixed kind of rough, but it's still cool. Etrian Odyssey, man, what the hell? This is cool because it's literally two riffs. And over here, while the drums are kicking. And I think this is the rest part. Yeah. So that's one, then again. Two. What a great song. It's a very complete package. What a good ending. What? No, this is the intro right here. Dude, what the hell? I've heard a handful of Etrian Odyssey now, from different games, even some super arranges, and there's one thing for sure when it comes to Yuzo Koshiro, two things. One, there will be bass. There will be bass, and it's going to be good and memorable, just as important as any other instrument. It is not taking a backseat to anything. It is up front, just like anything else. And two is that the songs are going to be ambitious. And I feel like, I don't know if this is like cliche to say, but I feel like he's trying to top himself each time. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like he makes stuff just to make stuff or makes anything to, like he hasn't stagnated is what I'm saying. It just sounds like he's constantly trying to challenge himself to keep bettering his craft, and it's just damn. So out of all the Etrian Odyssey songs I've heard, I'm pretty sure this is the biggest. This was the most like grand stage of them all. It felt very epic in many ways. It started off right away with this huge sound, this wall of sound. And it's such a variety of a soundtrack. I've heard stuff like this similar, but I feel like this is like the heaviest I've heard. I've even heard stuff that's like really bluesy and calm, and with horns and all this. Like it's just all over the place. But this is the most like epic kind of big, massive one I've had. That sounded weird, but I mean, I'm looking at it. It's called Tumult the Slaughtered. That sounds very boss or big enemy or something. It's named someone. It's after somebody, I think. So in my head, I'm seeing like a colossal sized thing, but I'm not sure if there's bosses in these games. I really don't know. Like I said, I've seen like 10 seconds of footage and it was like not what I expected. So I'm not really entirely sure if there is fights or battles. I don't know. Because the less I know, the better. So I never really look into stuff too hard. Sometimes I'll get curious and like, you know, look, but I don't like dive into it too hard. So yeah, the bass is really cool. Of course, the guitars are really cool. It's hard to tell because the as much as I love this song, the mixing was a little, not rough. That's kind of a weird word, but the guitars are mostly, they were harsh. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in a literal sense. They were harsh. They were very brazen and upfront with not a lot of low end. So it was mostly just like this distorted treble and mid signal. So when I heard that first opening, cool riff, I couldn't tell if it was a guitar with more strings, with lower notes, or if it was tuned down. It's kind of hard to tell. But either way, it was one of those. It's hard to tell, really. To me, it kind of sounded like a 7-string guitar, which would be a one extra low note, or one extra low string, and then a 5-string bass to join it, I think. I don't know. It sounded a little more chunky. Speaking of chunky, all the riffs were really cool, though. I really liked everything guitar-wise in this one. No bias. I really think it was just one of those that kind of stick out, especially with the whole left and right channel. Everything felt very lively, and it's nice. I like songs like this because if you decide to... I do this often, but if you decide to have, if you use earbuds and you can listen to a song with just one on, so you can hear it kind of in a different way. This is one of those songs where you can experience it a couple ways and hear different things you might have not heard if you just listen to it on one channel. Or you don't even need headphones or earbuds. You could just find some program online and then just move the slider all the way left or right. Which is probably why, I don't know if anyone noticed, but it's why the synth solo in the middle sounds so big. It's because it's right in the middle. Before that, the whole song was kind of playing with L and R, and then all of a sudden it's just right down the middle. It was great. I think everything sounded kind of... It's one of those songs where all the cylinders are firing off, right? The drums, awesome. The bass, awesome. Guitars, awesome. Synth, awesome. And the big strings in the back, which were, I feel, kind of the highlight, besides, everything. But to me, those big, orchestral big chords were kind of making the whole song feel, over the top and bigger than life. And like I said, I think that might be the hardest I've heard, Yuzo Koshiro go. Maybe. I can't think of anything else right now at the moment, but that was cool. That was cool. Even this text message agrees with me. Jesus. Okay. So, and I don't know if Nexus is... I know there's a lot of games. And I've done Nexus before. But I don't know if it's the latest one. Obviously, I don't know anything. But what I'm saying is I could see why... For those that don't know, 90% of my Etrian Odyssey songs on this channel come from one requester. And, I often wonder about that kind of stuff. Why does someone... I mean, I get it. I've heard of soundtracks, and I can submit a whole soundtrack from one game easily. But it makes me think, why would someone request so much from one specific title? And, I mean, it's kind of I'm starting to understand. I understood a long time ago, but it's really making sense when it's this diverse. And to me, you may not agree, but to me, this doesn't really sound like Etrian Odyssey. I don't think Etrian Odyssey has a sound to it. I think that's why it's so cool, is because it's everywhere. For example, something that's very specific would be Doom. If you heard something from Doom, you might immediately go, that sounds like it's from Doom. I don't know if I could say that about Etrian Odyssey Nexus or Etrian Odyssey. I don't know what to expect with it. So in its own way, that's cool. And I don't know if that's intended or not, but that's just the way I feel. So let me know if you agree with that, or if there's any other examples of that. But that's not necessarily a bad thing if you can't pinpoint it to a certain game or something like that. I just feel this is just a variety soup of sounds and talent. Because I have no idea what to expect with Etrian Odyssey. And I've heard a handful now, quite a bit. I'm guessing around 10, maybe more, I don't know. Anyways, Tumult the Slaughtered, cool name. Sounds brutal. Great. One of my new favorites from this series. Huge. Thanks to Lord Daddy for that, and thanks to you for watching and the Etrian fans. There's a lot of you out there. And there's still more to come, of course. There's a lot of Etrian Odyssey requests. And a big thank you to my Patreon members that you see right here. Big thank you to my Platinum members, which get priority in my request. Those would be Kevin, Patrick, Terry, Vanadel, Kalanin, Gardeline, Mushimari, Justin, Knox, and Triage101. Until next time, dudes and dudettes. My name is Jesse. This has been the Auditorium.